Here we are at Glen Nevis Caravan Park. Not Ben Nevis, Glen Nevis.
And just look at this stunning scenery.
Look at that, it's absolutely magnificent all the way around.
All sides, stunning.
While we're here, as well as exploring Glen Nevis, we also visit Neptune's staircase and mirror and take a trip to see a shipwreck.
Let's go and check it out.
LeisureBit is the way to go with David, Rachel and Roxy. Let's hit the road and explore.
We've just stopped off at the Lagon Dam. The water level on the Lagon Dam's very low at the moment because it's been so dry recently. Normally it would be a lot higher than this, and it's used for generating hydroelectric power.
Now we pick up our journey in Fort William and we're heading down the road in the direction of Glen Nevis. Carry on down the road for 2.6 miles and then you arrive at Glen Nevis campsite, which is located on the right hand side. We'd been sent an email with arrival instructions and it said you can go straight to your pitch without stopping and checking in at reception, which is a good idea. So that's what we were doing now, heading straight there. The different areas of the park have different names and we were in Homefield Park. There's a one-way system in operation around the area, so let's follow that round and make our way to our allocated pitch.
Well, look at that for a mountain. So we're on Homefield H26. It's actually a fully serviced hard standing pitch. The cost for one night was £44.50 and it was booked a couple of days ago. There's the electrical hookup point, 16 amp hookup, and then on the back of here we've got taps there. Not too far from the pitch there's a chemical disposal point and waste and recycling.
There's a laundry.
Inside the laundry there was sinks, you could buy powder and conditioner, there was washers, there was also dryers, and there was irons.
Right next door's the gents. Elsan point. Says scullery, pot wash area. Accessible toilet and showers and a medical room.
The toilet and showers, nice. Motorhome service point. And the shop and reception. Well-stocked shop there. Recycling area, metal, plastic, paper, card, in general.
Not far from the campsite is the dog walking field. There's one on either side of the campsite. David and Roxy in front.
We're just going to check out the restaurant now. See what that's like. Go out at the back corner of the site. Just follow this track down to the restaurant and bar. It's just 2 or 3 minutes walk across this track and then you get to the bar and restaurant. Glen Nevis restaurant, and it's open Monday to Friday, 12 noon till 10 p.m, and Saturday, Sunday the same. There's a car park behind the restaurant, so if you fancy some food, check out Glen Nevis restaurant. There's also a place for food on the site. The site's located very close to Glen Nevis, so it's ideal if you want to camp here and then climb Glen Nevis. And that is, of course, the highest mountain in the British Isles.
As well as the restaurant next door to the site, there's also the Glen Nevis Campfire Kitchen, which was open in the evening for takeaway, and I believe it's open in the morning for breakfast.
It's Sunday morning at Glen Nevis, and it didn't half rain overnight. We haven't had rain for a while, but when it's come down, it's really come down. Clouds hanging over the mountain. I think we've got rain on and off for most of the day. Hopefully a bit more showery than heavy though. There's some absolutely cracking walks from around here. A place I'd love to come back to and walk up some of the fells. Hopefully at a time where we've not got all the mist on the top.
We're going to go and get some breakfast now.
From the takeaway. Go and check that out.
After we'd had our breakfast, we made our way into Fort William and headed for Neptune's staircase. Be careful if you're using your sat-nav and it tries to get you to turn off a turning before this one, which ours did. It took us into a road that we had to turn round in, where there was nowhere appropriate to park, whereas this way, there's this huge car park with plenty of room.
Here we are at Neptune's staircase, which I think is the largest in the UK. Lock system. Let's go and take a look.
As we arrived, the steam train was departing the station and heading in the direction of Glenfinnan Viaduct. Harry Potter fans will be very familiar with that one.
Look at all this magic that makes it work. I'd end up in all manner of trouble with that. I'd be up, down, down. Neptune's staircase is a dramatic flight of 8 locks on the Caledonian Canal. This amazing feat of engineering can lift the canal by 62 foot, which is 19 metres. There's a sculpture just next to the locks that distort your image.
The mirrored sculpture lookout has benches where you can sit and admire the beautiful views.
It's really fascinating, and to catch a glimpse of the steam train as well at the same time, epic, loved it.
Bus trip stops off here as well. I'm not surprised, well worth stopping off at. And there's us, so let's crack on to our next destination.
Where we're heading just a little bit further down the road, where we're going to check out a shipwreck.
I could stop pretending that I wanted this to happen. I could just say it.
Here we are at Corpath Station and Caol Beach. Cross over the canal. We parked just over there on the canal side. And there we have the shipwreck on Caol Beach. Fortunately, there's a little bridge up here. To get across, take a closer look at the shipwreck. Laying on the sand is the Corpath shipwreck. The shipwreck's the rusting remains of MV Dayspring, a 26-metre long boat built in 1975. Was later renamed Golden Harvest. On the 18th of December 2011, a huge storm came and the razor chain, which kept the vessel moored, failed. And the Golden Harvest was torn from its moorings. The local Coast Guard helped control the landing of the vessel on the beach, and it lays to rest here on Caol Beach, slowly rusting away. You can see up there people have put the stickers where they've been on the boat. I noticed they've put barbed wire around to try and discourage people getting on, and if it wasn't so wet, might have been worth a poke around, but it's quite slippy today. Also says keep out, so we definitely wouldn't recommend climbing on board. I think that ship's had its sailing days. The local train coming past there along the line which the steam train was on that we saw earlier.
I loved that, it was brilliant, and I can't believe it's not that old really, but brilliant, worth coming to visit. Did you enjoy it as well?
Yeah, I've been wanting to come here for a while. It's quite fascinating seeing things like that, and they're not going to be there forever either. You can see it starting to rust away and fall apart as well. This is the gateway to the Great Glen, Loch Ness, Orkney and Shetland, and the North Sea. Useful visitor information. Harbour Master's office. Corpax Sea Lock.
The Caledonian Canal is actually twinned with the canal in Canada.
Lighthouse there from 1912. A harbour at the end.
The sun will shine on you wherever you go, wherever you go. And when it gets dark, stay strong. You're never alone. You're never alone. The sun will shine. The sun will shine. Yeah.
What have you thought of a Glen Nevis, not Ben Nevis, but near Ben Nevis, holiday park?
It's been really good. Shop's amazing, really big, full of everything. Nice little takeaway, pub next door, good pictures, good facilities. Been enjoyable. What about you?
It's a fantastic site for walking. Obviously we've not had the best weather when we've been here. It's currently drizzling on, but absolutely outstanding views, and it's so nice being in among the hills. You're not too far from Fort William, which has lots of facilities and shops and things like that, if that's what you fancy as well. And as Rachel said, having the kind of takeaway snack bar and having a pub next door, brilliant. Thank you for watching.
Hope you've enjoyed it.
And we will catch you for the next bit.
Bye.
Bye.